And we've got the big money matches coming to you. 10 whole dollars on the line between John Freeday and Dawnmidst. We got the matchups on the screen for Freeday. I've got top 5 coming. Garchomp, Coco, Cinderace, Nihilego, Corviknight, and Aerodactyl. Probably as a Stealth Rock lead or something. And for Dawn, I just have the top 6 coming. Matchup wise, not great for John Freeday, but there's the player differential that you got to think about. And I've got Freeday winning this one 1-0. It'll be a close one.
That's all you got?
That's all I've got, but it's 2 a.m.
All right, you've killed 45 seconds. We've got
No, I
another.
can.
You got like another minute and a half, 2 minutes in you now.
Okay, so here's the deal. Here's what we're going to see. We're going to see a whole lot of U-turning from Mr. John Freeday right here. We've got Coco who's going to hit and is going to take off. Cinderace, Corviknight, he's going to be caught in a cement mixer. He's going to say, goodness gracious, I can't get just a lick of momentum anywhere. And then Freeday's probably going to lose anyway because the matchup's awful. I think as far as movesets go, just an offensive Mew looks good. Ice Beam, Earth Power, Psychic, Flamethrower, something silly like that. Zygarde is incredibly strong. The ground resist is Corviknight, 1,000 arrows or whatever. Hits that. That's going to be a difficult one to navigate around. Maybe you might have to bring physically defensive Titanol or Jellicent or something and do all that. And it starts. You know, I might change my mind. Sit Aerodactyl. Bring physically defensive Jellicent with Ice Beam. On the other side, I mean, everything's pretty simple. Rotom Wave. Yeah, Don's very simple build. Probably going to come. It's going to take player skill to win this one.
Okay, that's what you got.
That's what I've got.
All right. So before we get into this, we filmed another video with Zazo and Gaiman before this. I'm already about $50 worth of scotch deep and like, I don't know, a couple of shots of tequila deep. Barely any, like a couple of shots. So mind you, I'm also a lightweight these days. So I'm not 100% there with my analysis. But we heard these $10 Corgi race equivalent Pokemon battles were going on. And serving the degenerate Pokemon draft degenerate community is paramount to a large mongoose and Louis J. Rinaldi. So we are here for you. And with that said, I am also ultimately I see this as a similar angle for John Freeday winning this over Dawnmidst. I've got Dawn sitting the Venusaur and the Ninetales, so I have the top 9 coming. I've got Freeday sitting the Nihilego, and unlike you, I've got him sitting the Aerodactyl. What I do have coming, I feel like Freeday, he needs to get up hazards first and foremost, and that's kind of paramount to what I see his angle being. I feel like hazard control and status are what is going to win Freeday this game. This isn't going to be a sexy battle, I'll tell you that much. Like, these guys had pick of the litter, and it's tough. I'm very much a rapid spin guy, and both of these teams just kind of threw that out the window. All right, but I think we're going to have, ultimately, we're closing in on the 5-minute portion of this analysis. I call this type of a game Dance Dance Revolution. And ultimately, I think, you know, I think one of these teams is just going to be able to grind the other a little bit better. And I think it's Freeday's team. I think the Weavile is a little bit too centrally focused to Dawn breaking through Freeday's build. I think it's close. But ultimately, like I said, I think Freeday takes it 2-0. I don't think it's like a full HP 2-0. I think it's like one Pokemon is like a little bit over half, and another Pokemon's under half. 2-0. All right, with that said, we'll fast forward until we get to the game coverage.
Got it.
All right,
Let me
Goose.
get on.
They're starting. They're just blowing their fucking load. All right, so you have, oh my good God, you had a Rotom Wash.
Oh, we're on turn 2 already.
Meteor
Hot
Beam
dog,
just
balls.
blown to pieces. Blown to pieces
Oh yeah, Meteor
by
Beam and
Freeday's Neo Lego, which I had sitting. All right. Wait, what the fuck just happened? What is going on? Let the bodies hit the floor. All right. We we had this game being defined by bulk. One guy just sacked them on for a reflect.
And then the other guy did. Okay, fair enough.
What I had, I'm not even framed for this coverage yet, bro.
You turn him coming. There it is. In comes Garchomp, baby.
Why the fuck did this guy even bring the Ninetales?
Now, look at this, Lou. There is no ground resist.
I'm still trying to frame this, Goose.
You're still trying to
I told them to wait. I told them to wait until we had it framed. I think this low budget coverage. All right, I'm just gonna rock with what the fuck I have. I'm too deep into the bottle to give a fuck. If they don't want to listen, I can't even tell you what's going on in this game. All right, let's rewind. All right, let's go back to turn 1. Turn 1. Rotom Wash versus Neo Lego. This motherfucker gives up his Rotom Wash turn 1 to Neo Lego. Advantage John Freeday. Now, this motherfucker, he's +2 with the Neo Lego, and he gives it up to a Silvally instead of getting Chip. Alright, he's got a Reflect up. He's got the Cinderace against the Ninetales. What am I going to do? See you later. Bounce out to the Garchomp. Now what? We got a Garchomp against the Ninetales. Swords Dance. Encore. Alright, motherfucker, you are wasting your Reflect, and you got Encore. Good play by Dawn. Now, Cinderace against Avenu. In Sun. Predict. John Freeday predicts. Oh my god, what the tech from Dawn? Weather Ball Venu. What are we watching here? What are we Solar Beam Venu! Critical! Oh my god, Dawn! Whoa! Whoa! Holy crap! The crowd is going wild, folks. What are we watching? What is this Venusaur?
Boy.
What is this Venusaur?
He gets the sucker off.
Oh my god! This Venusaur is going crazy, folks. What is this Venusaur eating? And we still haven't seen the 4th move. Dawn, what is the 4th move? This petty Jellicent gonna take one for the... Alright, Jellicent's to the afterlife. John Freeday, who are you? Are you John Wang? Are you John Wayne? Are you John Freeday? Who is John Freeday? Please, I want to see the Venmo information for this guy after this game.
There's the GG. That's the game. Jesus Christ.
GG. Oh my god, the YouTube video. That game was over quicker than we could break it down, Goose. Now, now it's the Scooby-Doo episode, right? Now it's like, all right, we've been rolling with John Freeday. I've known this kid a couple of years. This kid thinks he is secret agent John Freeday. Now, my good friend Dawnmidst from Pennsylvania, just fast forwarded to the end of the Scooby-Doo The entire Scooby-Doo episode, the chase, you know? Let's find out
I
who
get
this
it.
John Freeday really is. That portion of the episode took 2 minutes. Dawn on the backs of this Dawn on the backs of this Venusaur that we had not even coming. Just completely peeled the avocado. He peeled it open. He won the game off the back of this cheap ass Gen 1 starter. Now
That was
John Freeday, I don't even know if John Freeday is an American citizen. Dawn, you just served your country. Let's see. I'm interested. Goose, do you have any closing remarks?
that was a long walk for a short reward, is what it was. It was 12 turns of ass kicking, and it's 2:30 in the morning.
All right. We hope
I was hoping Freeday somebody'd have a good game, would be close and interested. That was terrible. Boo! If this was the Coliseum, Lou, I know you like Gladiator, they would get this right here. And they'd execute him for putting on a show like that.
that's true. I really, it speaks to my soul. But I'm gonna get this video to Callus Narrates. I'm gonna get this to John Friday's grandma. I'm gonna let this video reach the far reaches of the community. We, Scooby-Doo, John Friday, who the fuck are you? And that's a multifaceted question. John Friday, I used to think high enough of you. I thought you could go 13 rounds, turns against Dawnmidst. Apparently not. Apparently John Friday got bagged. He got taken to the cleaners by a Gen 1 starter in Gen 8. Oh my god. John Friday, pack it up, bro. Not how you want to be known. GG. At least the only saving grace is I have footage on my channel of him beating Vaz. That's the only saving grace. Friday. Come on, do better.